Durobo! Durobo is the name of the company that made this product. It's called the Krono, and I just thought it was fun to say. I just wanted to start that way. Is that okay? Can I do that? So what is the Durobo Krono? It's one of these devices that people keep making that are like phones. It runs Android. It's like a phone-sized Android device, but it does not have phone functionality. However, it has almost everything else in a device with an e-paper screen. And, just to shake things up, a little dial. We got a little smart dial on this thing, like it's an Apple Watch. What's happening? Durobo calls it a focus hub. Anytime you're out in your life and you're kind of like, oh man, I'm so distracted, I need to focus. Come to your focus hub, focus up. There's a white one and there's a black one. They were like kitchen appliance colors only. A white USB-C to USB-A. That's an interesting choice. I guess they're and it's very thick. Wow. I mean, it's durable.
It's
Durobo. Krono, why is it a chrono? Oh, 'cause time, you're gonna reclaim your time because you're gonna be more focused, maybe? So on the front, we have the 6.13-inch e-paper display. They say this is a Carta 1200 display with 300 PPI. That's 824 by 1648 resolution. Okay, on the top, we have one microphone, and that's it. Moving to this side, we got the power button opposite the smart dial on the other side, a volume rocker. On the bottom, we have the USB-C port, and one of these is a speaker and one of these is a microphone. Take your pick. On this side is just that smart dial. It's got these little protective ridges around it. Oh, and then on the back, I forgot, there's this little light bar. So this is apparently going to be an LED light that flashes at predetermined times. You can set it, you can tell it when to flash, and it is supposed to remind you to like read. You'll have this somewhere else, and you're using your phone to do regular phone stuff. And then you see the light flash on the separate device that you bought. And then here's the black one. Ooh, black one has like some red. I'm focusing so hard on that right now. It's working. All right, let's turn it on and see whether it can truly be my focus hub or whether I'll get distracted and go back to doom scrolling. Then this is the question while it's taking a while to boot up. Sorry, that's rude. It's an e-paper device. You know, they just give it space.
I mean, it's got an octa-core.
It's got an octa-core processor, don't forget. We couldn't really find what processor it uses, but it uses an octa-core processor. If we were able to find out what processor it uses, the editor will put it on screen now. We've got Read Music Spark, Durobo AI, apps settings. Okay, interesting. So now apparently this thing is running Android 15 and it's supposed to be just kind of like normal Android. It's clearly their custom skin on it. If I just tap that, we get into Read, which I guess is the ebook reader. Music is the music player. Spark, I think Spark is their notes app. You can kind of record a note and then it'll transcribe it. Whereas Durobo AI is more like you're actually just talking to a chatbot right away. Apps, is that gonna load the normal? Oh my gosh. Why would I want my app icons to look like chemicals, like in the periodic table? What? Manage apps, oh, icon style. Okay, you can change it, original. Boom, there you go. It looks like a variant of the normal Android multitasking menu that's just worse. Like you can just see less apps at a time. Now, before I go any further with like trying to work my way through the UI and stuff, we should just kind of lay out the actual specs of this device. So it's got an octa-core processor, we don't know what it is. It's got 128 gigs of storage, pretty good. Only 6 gigs of RAM, but you know, you're not gonna need much RAM for something like this. And it's got a 3,950 milliamp hour battery, which should last you a long freaking time with an e-paper display. And at this point, I wanna try using this smart dial because that's really the that was the key thing that made me agree to do this video was like, okay, this one like took the crown off an Apple Watch and slapped it on here. Maybe that changes everything. So according to Durobo, this smart dial does different functions depending on what screen you're on or what app environment you're in. So on the home screen here, it's supposed to, change the brightness. So you can scroll it all the way down, and then that's no backlight at all, or scroll it all the way up so it's max backlight, which we can also see if you bring down the control center there. Front light. Whoa. Whoa, look at all those, look at that ghosting. That's kind of fun, actually. And what's this? This is oh, that's a warm light. Okay, it's got a backlight that you can make either cool or warm. Oh, we're on clarity. Maybe I'll go into speed mode just for the sake of having better responsiveness. Oh, there we go. And the ghosting is basically gone when I go into speed mode. Actually, before I get anywhere else, the positioning of the smart dial, I just have to talk about that for a second, because this is how they imagine that you are gonna use it. I feel like, for me, when I hold a phone, I'm supporting the bottom like this. If I hold my phone normally, like I normally do, this is useless to me. I need 2 hands to touch it. Now, if I was holding it in my left hand, still useless, I can't reach it. Like if it was on the bottom, it's still not quite exactly in the right place. That still feels quite awkward. Like it should be right in the middle where the volume rocker is. Speaking of which, that's another function of the smart dial, I guess. If you are adjusting the volume, you can adjust this volume with the smart dial. Once you bring up the volume with the volume rocker, that is also used to adjust the volume. But there's other things. I think the clicking is the same in every app. That will refresh the screen. So if you got some ghosting going on, 1 click will just kind of refresh it. I mean, that's kind of nice to have a 1 button solution for that. And if you tap and hold, or click and hold, that starts dictating a Spark note. And I'm talking right now, I've had a lot of thoughts about penne pasta recently. Is it healthy? And then you stop by just clicking again? There you go. New idea 1, new idea 2. This is about ideas, it's an ideas machine. We're in a different app now with text, and you can scroll with this. So if you are doing your vice grip thing and then you scroll like, okay, I don't know. I can see it. In fast mode or in speed mode, it is definitely jumbling that text as you scroll, but like, so you kind of have to scroll like 1 line at a time. As you scroll, there's a little haptic feedback as you scroll line by line, which is pretty nice. I appreciate that. It feels like there's like little tabs in there. It doesn't feel like a vibrate, so that's nice. I don't know. Okay, this thing is winning me over in some ways, slowly. What about double click?
Double press opens Libby AI.
Oh, and now we're talking to the chatbot for real. Hey, Libby. What book should I read? I have book decision paralysis. I need a focus hub. Of course, let's break that paralysis. To find the perfect book, I just need 1 clue. What kind of feeling are you looking for right now? Yeah, that seems like an AI chatbot to me. We just realized that we called this AI Libby because Durobo originally had called this AI Libby in their marketing materials, but I guess they changed it to Durobo AI once they found out that Libby is already another thing that exists, the library thing. So it's not Libby. I'm sorry for calling it Libby. But I have one more question for it. Durobo AI, can you tell the viewers about our sponsor?
You've probably heard of a VPN before, like the one that we prefer to use, private internet access. But what can they really do for you? A VPN can be used to hide and mask the location of your internet connection, to conceal your browsing from your ISP and other third parties. This means you can access content from around the world, as well as your country's content when traveling. So you can check it out at piavpn.com/shortcircuit, or by using our link in the video description for a special, exclusive deal with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee.
Okay, this is an e-reader, so let's take a quick gander at the whole e-reading experience. We've got a book loaded on here. I mean, okay, so you can tap, to turn pages, but you can also use the dial. Ever wanted to use a dial to do that? Okay, that's pretty big text, but all ebooks have kind of a different situation going on, but I would make that a little smaller. Text direction. Oh, okay, you can read like that. Pretty good. And my next question was gonna be, does it support dark mode? And it does, very cool. That's how I read. And I have all the lights off in my room and I'm reading in dark mode on my phone and I fall asleep. It's great. What is this? What?
Claims, clarifying that its warranties in China were more or less the same as in the EU.
Oh, it's got built-in voice to text. If you are okay with a bad AI voice reading out the book to you. That's kind of cool to see though. I do appreciate, as someone who has, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, has used AI models to read books out to myself. Okay, so that's kind of the scrolling through a book experience, but what about scrolling on the web? LTT store, LTT store, LTT store.
Focus. This is a focus hub.
I am focusing. I'm seeing quite a few instances of like, I'm touching a button and nothing's happening. I mean, on fast mode, I gotta say, the screen is pretty responsive. For an e-paper screen, like, this is totally usable. I mean, obviously if I do that, it's like jiggly and you can't really read what's going on, but you know, I could totally use this. We get our experience with the smart dial scrolling on a web page. You know, I can understand the appeal of using a physical dial to scroll through things on an e-paper display. When you're scrolling with your finger, you expect it to be more responsive than an e-paper display really can be. This feels like it was supposed to be this way, more so than a touchscreen. This device is not endearing itself to me with like how things are laid out visually. Like, I don't like the look of this. I don't like that you can only have 6 apps on the home screen. Apparently, if you try to customize it, it will only let you have 6. But it is endearing itself to me with this hardware design. I don't know. Even though it's in a position that I do not normally hold a device like this in, it makes me want to sit here and scroll around with it, and it gives me little bumps. There's like a little bit of dopamine thing. You don't have to doom scroll. You can just dial scroll. So what I really wanted to do in the settings was find out how to enable this kind of reminder light thing. Breathing light settings in the reading app. Okay, 3:27 p.m. only once.
Right.
Oh, there it is.
Oh. Should I try turning off all the lights quickly?
It's just it's only one side of it.
Okay, here, I'm going lights off.
Is it going? That's so tiny. How is that supposed to? It's supposed to be like the most gentle reminder possible. It's like, hey, I don't want to bother you. I know you're working on something important, but you really said you would read today, so I just thought. Yeah, and then it stopped. It's like, okay, that's fine. You know what? I'm a piece of shit anyway, so it's we will entertain the possibility we were not using that right, but I don't know. And last but not least, the speakers and trying to play video.
Wait, will the scroll wheel get us through shorts?
You've all seen this trick before, but have you seen this one? Samsung
This
displays
is
big focus with their
unlistenable.
slidable display. You don't care about a 360-degree.
It's scrolling through shorts, but still playing the first one. Maybe that's the system telling you that you shouldn't be here. You know, that you should set your shorts timer, which you can do now on mobile, to 0. And you'll be happier for it. You don't need a new device. You need to change what you do. Be better. Well, let me know what you guys think about the Durobo Krono. Do you am I being crazy? Is there clearly there's a market for these things. People must be buying them, or why are people continuing to make them? Am I crazy for thinking that, these should just be a phone if they want to make a device like this, or not? I don't know. Tell me what you want. What do you want? I want you to go watch the Boox Palma Pro 2 video, which is about a device very similar to this, but maybe with a little bit more polish. But it didn't have the smart dial, so what's the point?